Welcome to Beyond the Workout with your host, Eric Dunstan. Hello, everyone. This is Coach E. I just want you to know that anything you hear on Beyond the Workout podcast is just information only. It is not a diagnosis for your issues. So anything you hear for well being, nutrition, fitness, exercise, any of those things, just take it that way as information. If you need help for a specific situation, please seek a professional. See your doctor, see a professional personal trainer, and they will diagnose your issues and they will take care of you. All right, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another show of Beyond the Workout. It is me, Coach E, Eric Dunstan. And this show, I missed a few shows, so I don't know where this one would fall. Did I miss 2 weeks? Well, I can tell you this: I missed a week, and maybe I missed another one because I was planning for that the particular week that I was celebrating my 30 years of marriage. So I'm a little bit off track. I have nothing to complain about. I'm glad I did take some time off, and I needed it. And 30 years has been great. Um, and kudos to everybody that can make it that far in a marriage or that long in a marriage, and even many more decades. So we've had a great marriage. We've done a lot together. And to celebrate 30 years, we didn't do too much. It was just more like a relaxing getaway because we're not into the party scene to make a big to do about 30 years. But not to say it's wrong, but it's just not us nowadays. But the thing is, when we went out of town, we didn't go far, just one state over. It made me think about this time of year, toward the end of the year, there are a lot of people traveling. There are events going on. There are people visiting their family. And when you go to these events, go visit family, food choices can be a little bit overwhelming. If you're into fitness and considering taking care of your health, even around this time, it can be challenging. And you can let your nutrition take a little backseat to what it should be. It's not ideal. So I just wanted to come on this show because and talk a little bit about that because anytime I talk with the virtual client that I have, we and the conversations we have, it makes me think about who else could be going through this because she said she has a training that she has to attend for her job, which she has to go and stay out of town. We've been really particular about goal setting, meal planning that aligns with what she can do and something that's sustainable. But traveling can trip you up a little bit. And I can speak for you on that because, when I traveled, um, and I'll give you some of the tips of what I did, what Michelle did as well. But when you travel, there are places you might want to go. And for the 30-year anniversary, we wanted to eat out and try certain restaurants. And, I did indulge. I'm not perfect and I don't want you to be perfect, but we all need to be balanced. So, one of the things I like to tell the client or do for myself is plan ahead. And that's what I want to give you some tips to with this show of planning ahead when you know you're going to go out of town. Uh, Planning ahead so you can stay relatively safe when it comes to eating and not overindulging and not having such a setback that you feel so guilty as if you fell off the wagon. No, you just took a little detour. Don't worry about that. But enjoy yourself, enjoy your time, and just relax. But let's get right into some of the things that I would recommend for my client and for myself. And this is what Michelle and I did. So, right off the bat, knowing that you're going to go out of town, and my strategy has always been to eat 5 to 6 meals a day. Well, pre plan some of those meals. Now, I did a protein shake, was one of my snacks. I'm not too big into supplements, but at this right around now when I feel like I'm rushed, I decided to put this protein back into my diet. And it's a protein I've spoke to you all about before on my show. It's called Truvani. I think it's Truvani protein powder. Uh, I'm not getting any kickbacks for it, but on the package it says it's 6 ingredients. And one reason I like it, it has no um, added sugars and no natural flavors. And I did a couple of shows on natural flavors, and I highly recommend you go and listen to those. But what you can pack if you don't want to do protein powder, you can make a trail mix. And I tell my client, I told her, please make you a homemade trail mix. No, it could be almonds. I use dark chocolate. I use keto, which is no added sugar. I use raisins, which dried fruit can be a lot of sugar, but I do add my raisins, and I add walnuts, or I could do raw cashews just by themselves, and I'll have that. So just have nuts, trail mix, protein powders. If you do protein bars, you can do those a few days as your snack, but be very careful with those. It has a lot of ingredients that you just can't pronounce in them, and you don't want any that are high in sugar. So think about that. Having your snack to reduce your temptation to overindulge in foods that might not be too healthy for you. And another thing what we did is, and it's a key to your health, is to stay hydrated. Keep a water bottle with you at all times. I use the insulated stainless steel bottles that keep my water cool throughout the day. I usually carry two of them with me, and I use filtered water, or I like Trader Joe's water. If you have a Trader Joe's near you, they have the mountain spring water. Bottled water, it's okay. These are in plastic bottles. It's okay. I'm just not a tap water person. But I've heard that's not too bad because it goes through a certain filtration. But the whole key is not just the water, it's having not the type of water, but having water with you at all times. That's a key. Stay hydrated when you're traveling, and especially if you're staying, with family and a busy household, and it's just hard to keep track with what kind of beverages are coming in the house. Make sure you have water. And I'm always tell you, stay away from sodas, stay away from juices. It's just a lot of sugar and high calories. So that's what that's the one key thing I wanted to mention. And another thing is being balanced. Now, like I say, I'm not perfect. And when we went out, we ate at some restaurants. They feed you a lot. They give you a lot of food, and if you're with family and there are parties going on, there's gonna be a lot of food. But what can you do? So here's the thing: when it comes to why I eat 5 to 6 meals a day, because I know they have to be small meals. So you have to think that way. When you have all this food around, you can make sure you have a small plate. And then suppose there's some other stuff out there that you want to have. You can make a second plate and just put it away. Hopefully, no one will touch it. And the same thing with if you were going to eat out. Some people go to restaurants like we did, and a suggestion I'll have is when you go to a restaurant and you know and you can see it's going to be large plates of food, share it. Now, we don't usually share, like, get one plate and share it. She might get something and I'll have some of hers, and I'll get something. That way we get a little bit of variety and she'll have some of mine. But when you order your food, now I've said this before in another show, but I'm not going to ask you, just listen for this point. When you order your food from a restaurant, one other thing you should add to your order, which is no charge, is a box. If you see it's going to be a lot of food, you know you're trying to keep your meals small. Just ask them, when you bring my meal, bring a box. Now you're going to get this quizzical look from the waiter, waitress. Don't worry about that. It's not their nutrition, it's yours. Ask for the box anyway. Tell them bring a bag with it. And when you eat part of it and you feel you're at that point where, man, I'm just satisfied, put the rest in a box, put it in a bag, and just enjoy conversation and maybe some water. Can we do that? That's how you should eat, in moderation. And the next thing I wanted to mention as a tip, I think I got all of the food choices. I guess there's one more I just didn't touch on because I said don't have the sodas, don't have the juices because of the sugar. Man, if you're like me, whew, I love a good dessert. And usually when you go to these events, you go with families, there's a lot of dessert, a lot of dessert choices. Now, am I a coach that would say don't have any of it? Yeah, I am. But is that wise? No, it isn't. So I'm really the kind of coach that would recommend you not have any of it because of the sugar, but it's not fair to you. It's not practical either because a lot of us have sweet tooth or a sweet tooth. I don't know, sweet teeth, is that how we say it? A sweet tooth. Yeah, a lot of us have a sweet tooth. So if you have the dessert, have a little bit. Can you have a little bit? You don't have to have a big slice of cake. You don't have to have a big slice of pie. A little will go a long way. And it's better in moderation. And you won't feel guilty. Can we do that? Can you try to do that? And if it's several desserts or choices, get a box. Put some away. Have it for another day. But make sure it's small. Does that make sense? I hope this is resonating with all of you out there uh, who get involved with, who are involved with a lot of events around this time of year. So the next thing I want to mention is when you go out, maybe you have to stay at a hotel, you may be staying with family. Exercise is difficult to include, but you have to keep moving. So a lot of times before dinner, you can walk, start burning some calories. After the meal, after you have dinner, go for a walk. That was the key thing that we did when we went out to dinner. We came back to the hotel and we got on the treadmill. And it was cool. It was like, it wasn't hard. We got on a treadmill. We had, was maybe watching something or reading something. Our mind was occupied, but it felt good and we slept well that night. So I would encourage that. If you're traveling maybe a long distance by car, as you take breaks, stretch a little when you get out. Um, because stretching keeps you a little limber, keeps your body warm. That's a good thing to do. And plan body weight exercises in your room. If you're in a hotel and they have a gym, go in the gym and get on a piece of cardio equipment, and then lift a little bit of weights. Do what you know. And I always teach the basics. You can always do the basics like the squat, the back row, the bench press, shoulder press, the bicep curl, and the tricep press. That's hitting just pretty much your major muscles. And if you do like 3 to 5 sets of that, about 10 to 12 reps, you will have a good workout. You don't have to use a lot of weight. Just get something in until you can get back into your normal routine when you get back home. So that's it. That's what I wanted to throw out here real quick. I just had a few minutes to share this with you, and I wanted to encourage you all out there. If you really want to get started in something, a structured program, I am still offering my Better Fitness program, B.E.T.T.E.R. I've been incorporating that into my routine and been helping other clients do the same thing. I think you would enjoy it. I think it'll be good after you've had, your time at the end of the year, and you can start this at the beginning of the year, or you can just start incorporating it now to start easing into a structured program. But it's sustainable. It's a program that I designed that is sustainable, and I really feel like you can keep doing it for life, and it gives you variety. And the food choices, the part about the food is based on your needs, your ability, your desires, and it's not a cookie cutter eating program. I think it's something that anybody and everybody can do. So that's what I want you to do. And as a recap of this show, I want you to remember to plan ahead, be selective with your meals, balance, indulgence, and stay active. It's not going to be easy, and I don't expect perfection, but I think if you do a little bit, just a little bit goes a long way. It'll be very impactful. You won't feel guilty, and you might be busy, but you won't ruin your progress that you've made up to now. Okay. And I still, like I say, encourage you to try my Better Fitness program. And you can actually check my website. I'm still working on that. Check and see if ericdunston.com will allow you at least come talk to me. I am still trying to get the Better Better Fitness program to activate on the website. But if you see where it says "Let's chat with me," click on the button, go to the calendar, select an appointment time. It doesn't cost you anything to talk to me, and let's see if we can work together. All right. I hope this show was very helpful to you. I hope there were some points, if not all of them, that you can use. And I'm grateful that you were able to take the time, listen to me here on Beyond the Workout. And I want you to stay strong, stay healthy, stay balanced, don't overindulge, and become a better you if you try my Better Fitness program. All right, that's it. This is Coach E signing out. Thanks for listening to Beyond the Workout podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please be sure to check me out at ericdunston.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Physique Improvements. Take care, everyone.